Good afternoon. It's Friday, December the 11th. I am back in the reading nook. Got some more parcels to unbox. Got some hot tea. It is it's a damp day, but it's a lot warmer than it has been of late. But not damp enough for me to be out here opening parcels for you. So let's start with the first one, fairly thin. Give this a quick pull and breaking it. There we go. Yeah, there we go. And this is the Dregs of Clearwine, a source book for RuneQuest role-playing in Glorantha. The lives of the lowest of the low. Set in the tribal city of the Kolimar, the Dregs of Clearwine is a source book covering the mini-slum that lies north of the Ram's Head Inn. It features 10 households, 25 fully explored NPCs, and a host of minor characters. There are dozens of plot hooks and community events to help link characters to this area, and the people and even animals within, from potters to charcoal carriers, drunken and ex-initiates to well-fed butchers, the people who support Clearwine and the Earth Temple live, love, and die here. Some leave only to go to their vineyard work, others vanish for months on end and return with new scars. Bespoke art brings life to the area, included are 19 portraits, a roof map, and a complementing footprint map, and the ground floor of a plan of a typical house. In addition, box text expands on the details of the inhabitants' occupations. Detailed households include Mama Vorlena, a noble woman who prefers it here, Turi the Potter and his family workshop, Rangal and Ivana, artist whose rooftop is used for smuggling, Onjim, once a subscriber and enthusiast for the Seven Mothers, now or nothing, Gatir the Butcher and her wife, the social climbing Dara, Dillamore's Flop Nest, the cheap hangout for feathered riverfolk, and the inhabitants of the Great Jars by the Potter's Kiln, the very dregs of Clearwine. Now, this is from Beer with Teeth, who have published a number of scenarios on the Johnstown Compendium, which is where you can get this from. Johnstown Compendium is the RuneQuest role-playing in Glorantha, Hero Quest, 13H Glorantha community forum, or sorry, a community program, so that creators can create their own content and make it available for sale. And it includes my own scenario. I say my own scenario, basically the scenario I worked on to upgrade and update Jorthan's Rescue from White Dwarf 19. But there's a whole lot more on there, and a whole lot more that is interesting. So go look at 6 Seasons in Sartar, or Vale of Plenty, the City of Glamour. But if you're interested in RuneQuest and want to make a start, then 6 Seasons in Sartar or Valley of Plenty are excellent. However, this is a bit different because it's looking at the ordinary citizens of Glorantha. Normally when you play a character in Glorantha, you're an adventurer, an initiate. You're working for your temple, for your nation, your tribe and your clan and so on, things like that. Here we've got ordinary men and women and others working, living, and so on. Clearwine is the capital of the Kolimar lands. It's named for the wine, which is basically made from winter grapes and is clear and sharp and renowned across the land. So what we've got in here, it's full colour. I say it's full colour. There we so there's a map of the dregs, and it's really just a very small location. And that's provides you with an overview of the area. Basically, that's the rooftop, and then we go on to the next one. We've got a footprint map showing you actually the layout of the buildings themselves. And then we get into the inhabitants one by one. Nice, simple, clean layout. I mean, these are nice illustrations, portraits of each of the individuals. So we go on to a larger home. We get a full plan of that, plus another NPC. Basically, Potters. That was Mama Valena's house, and it's going through each of the NPCs one by one. And here you've got basically a cross section. You know, basically what it looks like from sort of like street level. You know, alleyway, the buildings themselves. I'm going to just put a closer look of that. And then it does it from a different point of view and elevation. I think that's really quite a nice, clever idea. You know, you're really sort of helping the referee to visualise this location. And I'm one of the impressed by the artwork is it's got a very these characters feel inspired by the ancient Greeks, basically in their look. And here we go. So we're just going through. So you know, for each location, you have like the widow's house. You've got a page for the plot, box section of plot hooks as well, along with a picture of the widow herself. And then she's got 4 stats. And then we go on to basically another character, the brawler again. More plot hooks. So you've got quite a lot of content in here in just a few pages. So Furley the brawler is an initiate of All Thunderous, a farm worker, Elnodori clan member, head of the household, and so on, with his 4 stats, plus basically his sister and so on, and basically the complete household. Then we get onto the charcoal burner, and the same again. And there's a guide to, basically another box. You've got a guide to charcoal carrying. And so what you've got here is that you've got NPCs, you're describing who they are, where they live, what they do, plot hooks. And this is just for a tiny section of a relatively small city in Sartar. But there's plenty of material for the GM to work with to bring that into her game. Your average character probably wouldn't necessarily going into the dregs, but this will give you reason to do so, and then give you colourful characters for all of the player characters to interact with. And basically we get down to the flop nest. Okay, so here's a description of the flop nest. Plot hooks. It says a loud place, easily attracts attention and could keep people awake in the inn. Ducks hate to be looked down on despite it being easy in so many ways, and it's not hard to start a fight with a feathered tough. Hiring river passage or haulage is best done here, and the flop nest is easily found. However, there will always be competition for listening in and vying for custom. Several more regular lodgers come here from time to time, and the nest is a hotbed of minor, tiny intrigues and gossip about the rules communities. The rules bandits make this place their go-to sleeping quarters when they're not plying their trade on the river. Anyone who needs a boat sunk or a cargo stolen will be able to make inquiries here. Equally, so will anyone who wants to know why their boat just sank or the cargo went missing. So the flop nest is literally, I'm not saying literally a nest, but it is basically, it's a Clackonite house full of long rows of boxes filled with straw, where anyone can stay, but particularly ducks are welcome. Such as, and so basically, house owner is Dillamore Yellowfeet. There we go. And then we get on to the last. We've got general plot hooks, basically such as rebuilding the wall, kiln firing, community celebration, a wrestling match, clay carrying, community pest ritual, and there are standardised NPCs here as well at the back. Male and female names, vine worker, farm worker, and so on. And there's a demo adventure, Old Bones, which is basically, so they've been put together by examining the various personalities in the dregs and adding in problems that pits them against each other. Other potential problems can be added from the general plot hook section. So you've got an adventure that is, it's just a couple of pages long. So you could actually you could take this and turn it into sort of like, you know, okay, you were born in the dregs, you grew up here, and if you choose basically the more the more mundane careers, so herder or farmer or crafter or so on, things like that, and that's not to denigrate those careers, i.e. they're not warrior or scholar or philosopher, sorry, or noble and so on, but you would pick something like that that would represent your background and growing up in the Dregs of Clearwine, and you could adventure here for a while, I would think, using the contents of these pages. So yeah, that's the Dregs of Clearwine from Beer with Teeth. It's available in the Johnstown Compendium. Johnstown Compendium for a reasonable price. I want to thank Beer with Teeth for sending me a copy. My copy's finally arrived. Had a bit of fun with Drive-Thru RPG in the meantime. I will be back with another unboxing the Nook very soon. If you liked this unboxing, please comment below. And if you really like it, please subscribe, because I'll have more unboxings as I go along. I'll try and post one every day. Bye for now.